Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. For those who don't know, my name is Dominic Alexandria and I know it's been a very long time since I did a solo video. A lot has happened within like the last half of 2019. I moved out of Barboursville, Virginia. I moved to Norfolk, Virginia, which is like part of my hometown area. I'm from Virginia Beach. Got 2 new jobs, so just trying to, I guess, rebuild my life, or I don't know what you call this. I guess adulting in a way. But yeah, I'm back and just like you, I am trying to survive the coronavirus, COVID-19 epidemic that's going on in the world. And just like you and others, I have also been affected by the COVID. Not as drastic or severe as other folks have been, but you know, it's a global pandemic, so therefore it's affecting everybody globally, not just us individually. So yeah, welcome back. So for today's video, I wanted to discuss how are we surviving the COVID. Well, not we, but like, I don't know, me, Majesty and Highness, my 2 cats. But anyways, things didn't really start changing around here in the Hampton Roads area, Virginia, probably like maybe like last Sunday. Monday's when changes started, and then of course as the week progressed it just got worse. So now it's just, we're all in a state of like confusion, frustration, and a little anxiety provoking, especially when you turn on the TV or watch the news or go on Facebook, you see things related to COVID, so it can be anxiety provoking for a lot of people. Most what we hear in the news is, you know, another confirmed case in this area and maybe another death and whatnot, and what's going on in other countries such as Italy that has like the highest mortality rates for the COVID-19. So it's just so huge, and I just wish it didn't happen, of course. And if it did have to happen, why now? Why can't it happen like when I was a child? Like when you're a child, everything's like, you know, you're in a child world. It doesn't really affect you in a kind of way, but now that you're an adult and on your own, it's like great. So I work a salary job at a children's hospital now. I work with endocrinology. Oh, that sounds so weird. Endocrine kids, or I work in the endocrinology department of the children's hospital. So of course, since being a social worker in the hospital, I have to report to work because, as you know, hospitals are a 24/7 business. And I'm not complaining to be working. Honestly, I'm probably like the only person in the office who's, you know, happy to be there, happy to have their job, and happy to get paid, because a lot of people have been affected by COVID-19 who are either getting laid off, businesses are closed because we're doing the social distancing, so no more than 10 people in a gathering, had to be 6 feet apart and all of that. So I'm very blessed that I'm able to work. Who knows how long it'll last, if it starts to get worse, if they're going to restrict clinic visits, inpatient, I don't know. You just don't know what's going to happen. That's why we're kind of all in this state of confusion, frustration, and all of that. So that's one of my jobs. My other job, I do site consults for this big health system in the Hampton Roads area. Well, it's a big health system in the state of Virginia anyways, but you know, it started in this area. So they have like 10 hospitals in this area. So I do site consultations. If someone comes in a psych crisis or substance use crisis, you know, I do an assessment, make a recommendation, which level of care is appropriate, whether that's inpatient or outpatient, partial hospitalization and whatnot. If a patient disagrees with my recommendation, like they need to be hospitalized, but the patient doesn't want to be hospitalized, then initiate the process for an involuntary commitment and have a clinician do that. But that's a whole other story. But anyways, I do that. So yesterday my manager texted me. She was like, you know, it's not necessary for 2 people to work a shift. I usually work like a 3 to 11 p.m. shift on Saturdays with another clinician. So she said that clinician can work the whole shift, and if they need you, they'll just call you in. So I'm like, bummer, because you know, I love getting paid every week. That's why I have 2 jobs. I'm someone who, like, I believe in having multiple sources of income. If I were to make 6 or If I were to see my social work career, if I were to make six figures, I will still have a second job or a third job even, because I believe in having multiple sources of income. So I didn't work last night, bummer. I'm worried if that's going to be a new trend, or hoping like we can rotate each Saturday. I work a shift, you work a shift, I work a shift, you work a shift. Because our psych department or our emergency psych department who does the assessments, like that's a 24/7 business as well. Hospitals are 24/7 business. We do psych assessments in the ERs 24/7. We're there 24/7. So we're definitely needed. It's just a matter of, can we rotate each shift or whatnot. So hoping that can be the case. So anyways, another bummer that happened is I'm preparing for my LCSW license, which is licensed clinical social worker. Is what I want to say each social worker achieves, but if you're a clinical social worker, what you want to achieve post-grad is getting your license, right? So I'm talking, you do your master's degree, check. Graduate, check. Get a job, check. Then you want to start, trying to find a supervisor to supervise you for those clinical hours. So let me just break it down to you. What is required to get your LCSW? So you need someone who, they need to supervise you, because you're going to be providing clinical services to folks and you're trying to achieve a license. So you need to have a LCSW supervise you. That person needs to be, certified and supervising supervisees. So they have to do a class and all that. It's a certification process, whatnot. So you need that person. And meet with your person at least 1 hour to 4 hours per 40-hour shift. So, yeah. And then you need 3,000, I'm reading this off my phone by the way, because I can't remember all these numbers off the top of my head. So you need 3,000 hours of supervised postmaster degree experience in the delivery of clinical social work services and auxiliary services that support such delivery. I hope I said that right. So 3,000 hours, that can equate to anywhere from 2 to 4 years. No less, no more. So no less than 2 years, no more than 4 years. If you do more than 4 years, you might want to contact the board if you're going to be late. And if they said nope, you need to start all over again, the process. So anyways, you need 3,000 hours of supervised postmaster's degree experience. Then you need 1,380 hours of supervised experience and face-to-face client contact and the delivery of clinical social work services while under supervision, of course. And those are the big main things. And I'm reading off the Virginia Board of Social Work for their criteria to, for clinical supervision. And there's a whole other things like, did this person identify theory-based, application of differential diagnosis, and all that. So anyways, I started this process right after I graduated from grad school. I got my first job at UVA Medical Center, and I found a person to supervise me there. And supervision was free, which is so wonderful because, you can make a good side hustle being a supervisor, especially outside of a job context. Like some supervisors can charge up to $150 per hour. So it's, something that's really high in demand. So it's a really good side hustle. It might be my third side hustle when I get licensed and meet the criteria to get certified in being a supervisor. So anyways, she's a great supervisor. I loved her. And so I had her at UVA, and also while I was living in Barbersville, I also had another supervisor because I kind of slacked off at the beginning. So I kind of want to, catch up on my hours a little bit. Well, not really catch up on my hours because it's per 40-hour shift, but I want to be able to use the hours I had at my second job too, to count towards supervision as well. So that's what I did. So I found a second supervisor to help me, and again, wonderful supervisor. But then I moved September 2019. So I moved to a whole different area. So supervision, it stopped. And I was about I met the client contact hours. So I had 87 supervision hours with my supervisor. So I needed 13 more hours with the supervisor. And I believe at the time I may have met the experience hours as well. Those are very easy to get, especially if you work a 40-hour shift. So anyway, so I moved here. My mom's good friend said he'll supervise me. Wonderful guy. He could be my counselor. So I was very blessed to have him. And then the supervisor I still had back at Barbersville, she said she'll continue to supervise me. So we just did Skype sessions. So I got finished with my hours like in mid-January 2020. And towards the end of January is when I submitted my application to the board. When I was finished, I was so happy. Started studying. I bought the Therapist Development Center program to help me study because I don't know how to study for this test. I bought the APGAR book and I just found it really confusing and just all over the place. And I just don't do well with just reading just like that. So I'm studying hard, you know, but still waiting for the board to give me approval. They didn't give me approval till like 5-6 weeks later after I submitted my application. It was sometime like in the first week of March is when I heard back. So I was like, yes, I'm going to be licensed soon. I'm going to pass this test. So I scheduled my test March 30th. So it was like 3 weeks after I received the approval from the Virginia Board of Social Work. So what was it? I think it was last Monday is when I get an email that my test was canceled. You should have saw the hurt on my face. It was like worse than getting dumped and ghosted on Valentine's Day, which will be a different YouTube video. But y'all, I was so hurt. Like I was on the verge of tears. I was like, canceled? Oh my gosh. And it's like until further notice type of deal. They did say on and who canceled it, let me just back up because I know I'm all over the place. So for professional licenses, you get your, you have to test at a testing center, of course. So Pearson VUE, Pearson VUE, they're the ones that, you know, where I would take my test at. So I received the email from them. It was canceled and it's canceled. They cancel all the tests. Anybody who registered a test at a Pearson vendor across the country. So it's not like I was the only one, you know, just stuck in that little boat. I mean, we're all in a giant ship, like the Titanic ship, and we're all just going to sink anyways. So they said in the email on April 16th is when we'll allow people to schedule their exam if conditions allow. So I was like, great. April 16th is at this point, it's the second week of March. Yeah, it's the second week of March. So I'm like, ugh, whatever. So anyways, COVID's getting worse in the United States. And how do you define what worse is? Because is it worse on an Italy scale just yet? Not per se. Is it death toll high? Not per se. But who knows what the future holds. So again, we're living just in that state of unknown. So yesterday I decided to check the site out and I can actually register now. So I'm really pissed about that I re-registered for the exam a little late in the game. Because I was thinking on April 16th they'll open the registration doors, but no, I guess you can register now. So anyways, the closest Pearson testing center for me is about 10-15 minutes away. And guess when I can schedule to take my exam? The first week of June. I was like, June? Oh my gosh, who has time to wait till June? Not me. I'm trying to get my license now. This is what I work hard for. You know, 4 years of college, 2 years of grad school, 2.5 years of supervision. Like, I'm trying to get this test out the way. So no, so I was looking at other Pearson vendors. Newport News booked. Richmond, Glen Allen, Virginia booked. Lynchburg, Virginia booked. Parts of North Carolina, because I don't live far from the North Carolina border, booked as well. So I registered my test in Maryland because I like the test date that they were able to accommodate me with at the time. So I registered for my exam. Pause, my cat's in the way. Move. Okay, I'm back. So I had to, where was I? So register my test for Maryland. Okay, I forgot my train of thought, but I know I was talking about the test. So anyways, now I'm a little bit nervous because, again, we're living in that state of unknown. So I don't know if my test is going to get canceled again, or who knows, I'll be able to take this test. But why is this test so important to me? Like I already said previously, you know, basically 6 years of school, 2.5 years of postgraduate experience before you can even take the test and all that. So I just want to get it out the way. The LCSW will open so many doors for me in the future in my career. So I'm just eager to get this license. I'm just ready to introduce myself to the world that I am Dominique. I'm not going to say my last name. Comma, MSW, comma, LCSW, comma, CCM. That's a new certification. I'll tell you, get to. I'm a certified case manager as well. So I'm just so frustrated, but at the same time, I should be blessed at the same time. Like, I still have a job. I still have a roof over my head. Bills are paid on time. My credit score is still good. My cats are healthy. I'm healthy. So I just need to look at the big picture. Yes, it's a freaking roadblock where I feel kind of stagnant, but at the same time, I'm still here. I'm not, I'm not regressing. It's just, instead of progressing, I'm just for the time being. And it's not just me that's affected. There's millions, maybe millions of candidates worldwide who want to sit for their clinical licensure or even their basic licensure exam for social work. And, they're at a halt as well. So we're kind of, like I said, we're all on this Titanic ship together. And, we're sinking slowly. But surely, we'll end up like I forgot her name, the girl, there's Jack. Oh my gosh, I have to look this up. Hold on. Okay, there's Jack and Rose. So, like, we're all going to be Rose, right? We're all going to survive this and tell our children or the generation to come that, yes, we survived this pandemic. And, this is how we are or get to where we are today. I don't know, but still, I'm with you that you're so frustrated just not knowing what to expect to come of this. Is it going to get worse before it gets better? Nobody knows. All we have is just people partying in Tampa Beach, Florida, spreading their freaking virus germs to everybody else. So that's definitely not going to progress us. It's just going to, we're going to either stay in a halt or we're going to regress back. So all this to say is I am surviving COVID-19. I'm doing the best I can, just trying to be positive, from a social work perspective, focus on a strengths base. So, like I said, I have a job, roof over my head, bills are paid on time, focusing on that. But yeah, we're all on this Titanic ship together, and we're all going to be Rose at the end of the day. So, I don't want to sound like, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Cliche and saying, think positive, you guys. Like, we all deserve to be frustrated too. We're allowed to express those feelings, but you're not the only one who's going through tough times. This is worldwide. Everybody's going through a tough time right now, but it's gonna be over. It's gonna be an end. It's gonna pass us. We just don't know when, and if it's gonna get worse before it gets better. But it'll be over, and hopefully my next video there'll be more of an update with my licensure and all that. But I hope to take the test so soon. I hope my next day doesn't get canceled. I'm crossing fingers in Maryland. It doesn't get terrible. But alright, that's it for today's video. I know we're all just hanging in there, hanging on the ship. We're going to be Rose at the end of the day, folks. Alright, catch you in the next one. Peace.